Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm All Things Gaming, and today I'm going to be reviewing Destroy All Humans. Destroy All Humans was the first video game in the Destroy All Humans series. It was developed by Pandemic Games and published by THQ. It was released originally in North America on the PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox on June 21st, 2005, and then 3 days later in Europe and Australia on June 24th, 2005. Later in the year, however, on August 24th, 2005, it got a Java mobile version. As you can see some screenshots while we are talking about it. It was a tie-in mobile game developed by Big Blue Bubble Inc. and published by THQ Wireless. It could be downloaded by texting Crypto101 to 69847, spelling MYTYHQ. Spoiler warning right now, we will be talking about some of the plot points during the plot synopsis, so if you'd like to avoid the spoilers, please go to the timestamp you see on screen or click the link in the description below. Anyway, let's get straight to the plot. In 1947, Cryptosporidium 136 explores Earth to collect furon DNA found in the brain stems of humans that his species needs to survive. He is hit by a military test rocket in Area 42, crashing to Earth in his saucer. 136 survives but is killed later when dissected at a government base nearby. 12 years later, Cryptosporidium 137 is sent down to find his previous clone, collect the furon DNA, and bring down Majestic, who attempts to take over America. Not realizing there is any other civilizations on Earth, Crypto terrorizes the US, working his way deep into Capital City. After assassinating General Armquist, President Huffman, and Majestic leader Silhouette, Crypto poses as the president and assures the nation that it was in fact communists that invaded America, not aliens. Crypto 137 is later assassinated while in the body of President John F. Kennedy on November 22nd, 1963. Here's a little bit of a mess up they made. The game is set in June of 1959. The Rockwell Fair has a banner proclaiming Sunday, June 10th, despite the fact in real life the 10th of June was a Wednesday. Let's talk about the characters. Let's start off with the main characters. You have Cryptosporidium 136, Cryptosporidium 137, which is your character, Orthopox, which is your boss, Holopox, a hologram version of him, and Bert Withers, the chadliest of chads. He sends out the propaganda during the game. Then we have enemies to talk about. We have humans. They are the most developed biological species on Earth. Not the cow, Cryptosporidium 137. Harold Turnipseed, he is the owner of Turnipseed Farm and is the first human that is taken out by Cryptosporidium. The mayor of Santa Modesta, Sleepy Ernest, a scientist who wants to take over the world. The US President Huffman, Armquest, the leader of the army, RoboPrez, a giant robot that is a super weapon, and Silhouette, the leader of Majestic. Then we have a few side characters to talk about. Bessie the cow. This is the first living organism that Cryptosporidium 137 meets and also then takes out. Martha Turnipseed, the wife of Harold. Miss Rockwell is a beauty pageant winner. Very beautiful but a very dumb character. She is then abducted and probed during the Rockwell County Fair mission. You have the Navy Admiral, Marines General, Air Force General, a scientist, I can't really say his name, and the mayor of Rockwell. Now let's talk about locations. First off, Turnipseed Farm. It's owned by Harold and Martha Turnipseed. They have cows and chickens and sheep. In this location, there is obviously the farm, and there's also a highway. Next, we go to Rockwell. I'm not going to fully describe everything that goes on with them, but there is the fair, the town hall, which is where a speech is given, drive-in theatre, and a military base. Santa Modesta has some motels, a radio station, a baseball field, not really used though, the mall, the bowling alley, and a lighthouse. We go to Area 42, which has Majestic base, a military base, nuclear testing site, and an airfield. Union City has docks, military museum, a military base. Capital City has the Capitol Building, Washington Monument, Jefferson Memorial, Lincoln Memorial, the White House, and the Octagon. Some very varied and cool looking locations right there. Now, let's talk about weapons that you get in this game. First off, Crypto starts with a Zap-O-Matic, a gun that emits electric charges and it shocks its victims. You can upgrade it to be better. You can upgrade all the weapons, so we're not going to go into upgrades. An anal probe, it's a powerful rod that goes into the victim's rectum and uproots a DNA-enriched brain. A disintegrator ray is exactly the way it sounds. It turns anyone into ash and renders them into a charred skeleton. Ion detonator is a grenade launcher of the Furon variety. The Saucer also has its own set of weapons. It has a death ray, which is self-explanatory. It burns and blows up things. An abductor ray, which can be used to lift up people and objects and can hurl them around. Can also capture people. Sonic boom just shocks everything. Quantum deconstructor is a nuclear weapon that can set off radioactive bombs and blows up everything. There's a good variety of weapons there. And then we have some abilities as well. There's hollow bobbing. It's to intimidate the appearance of a nearby human. This allows a Furon to travel amongst humans unnoticed. Majestic does have the ability to see through this though, and you will begin to flash red when near a Majestic agent. You have Psychokinesis, which is shortened to PK in the game, which allows you to move objects. You can also scan thoughts, extract the brain. You have a jetpack to fly around. You can also hypnotize the people and make them either follow you, protect you, or forget what they were looking at. So yeah, you've got a wide variety of abilities there as well. Let's move straight on to talking about the review part of this video after we've set up all this. I only have one dislike about this game. It's the grinding for upgrades. A lot of the time in this game, your progress will be halted because you need to go and get, say, 500 or 750 DNA from a location. Or you need to upgrade your weapons. Or there was a lot of grinding to get stuff to move on within the game. They fixed that a bit better in the remake, which we'll get onto in its own separate review. But yeah, the grinding was a little bit tedious, I will have to say. Now let's get straight on to our likes. The setting. It has a good variety of settings. It obviously has a farm area, which is pretty cool. A small little town. A bigger town. A military base. Another town. And another town. But yeah, it has a few nice settings, and it definitely gives you the feel of like 1950s America. Next is story. I'm not going to go too much in it, but you know, Alien avenging his thing, having to take everybody out. Pretty good story. I thoroughly enjoyed the story itself, to be fair. And obviously people did, because there's many sequels, which again we will talk about in a different video. Next, the characters. I enjoyed the characters. I thought there was very good character moments between Armquist and Cryptosporidium. Silhouette being there with how she interacted with Cryptosporidium or Armquist. You've got like the mayors. There was a good few characters in the game that interacted well with each other and just fleshed out the world a little bit. And then the humour. It definitely had a like set kind of humor, and I liked it, especially between Cryptosporidium and Pox. They had a pretty cool dynamic, and then yeah, I thought there was some good humor, especially between those two within this game. With that all being said, would I recommend this game? Yes, I would. I will give this game a solid 7 out of 10. I thought it was a pretty decent game that definitely fell down on certain little bits, but made up for it by way much more on the liked parts of this game. Anyway, guys, I do hope you enjoyed this review. If you have, please make sure you smash that like button, share and subscribe. And until next time, guys, joyous viewing.